Travis Kelce and teammates celebrate in the locker room after the Chiefs' win over the Cleveland Browns. On Sunday, December 15th, Travis Kelce and teammates arrived at Huntington Bank Stadium for the start of the Chiefs vs. Cleveland Browns game. However, after the game ended, Travis Kelce and teammates went inside the Chiefs' locker room to celebrate the Chiefs' win over the Cleveland Browns. In today's game, Travis Kelce had an important touchdown in the Chiefs' win over the Cleveland Browns. The Kansas City Chiefs are back in action this weekend, hitting the road to square off against a Cleveland Browns squad that's searching for its fourth win of the season. Andy Reid's team, on the other hand, is looking to lock up win number 13 and continue to pace for the 1 seed in the AFC. In addition to the team accomplishment, several players can rise up the leaderboards this weekend as well. Despite seeing his numbers dip in the past couple of seasons, there's no denying that Patrick Mahomes remains one of the premier talents in the sport. That's been evident since his very first start, and he has another chance to justify that on Sunday. With just 88 passing yards against the Browns, Mahomes will pass New Orleans Saints quarterback Derek Carr for the third most passing yards in a player's first 8 seasons. Considering that Mahomes sat on the bench for almost all of his rookie campaign, it's remarkable that he's made up so much ground. He can bridge the gap even more in Week 15. It feels like Travis Kelce has been on some sort of record watch for the entirety of the 2024-25 campaign. That continues in Week 15, as he remains just 1 touchdown shy of breaking his tie with Chiefs legend Tony Gonzalez for the most receiving scores in franchise history. Not only that, but Kelce is 17 points shy of passing running back Priest Holmes for the most non-kicker points with the Chiefs. Finally, 2 receptions of 25-plus yards can put Kelce past Antonio Gates for the second most by a tight end in their career. As usual, there's plenty of historical greatness on the line for the 35-year-old this weekend. Creed Humphrey set to rise up the Chiefs' leaderboard for starts. Last week, we highlighted how center Creed Humphrey's consecutive start streak was ready to put him into a tie with cornerback Brandon Carr. Once Humphrey takes the first snap on Sunday, he'll pass Carr for the second most consecutive games started to begin a Chiefs career. With thousands of snaps under his belt, Humphrey may be Kansas City's most consistent player on a week-to-week basis. He's likely the best in the game, and he has the durability to back that up. He can take another step up that ladder in Week 15, with the Matthew Wright and Spencer Schrader eras now over with. Everything is setting up for Harrison Butker to make his return to the lineup against the Browns after a 4-game absence. If he picks up where he left off, he could also climb up the leaderboards on Sunday. With one make of 50-plus yards in Cleveland, he'll enter a tie with Greg Zuerlein and Chase McLaughlin for the 6th most such boots since Butker entered the league in 2017. Butker, known for his accuracy from every part of the field, could be in for a smooth transition in Week 15. The Kansas City Chiefs are on the road for Week 15, and the Cleveland Browns are looking to play spoiler in a bout between 2 teams heading in the opposite direction in the AFC standings. Joshua Briscoe, a chaotic Jameis Winston, an improving but imperfect Chiefs offense, and 2 defenses with superstars on the D-line. The Chiefs are the better football team. But this has all the makings of a frustratingly uncertain nail-biter. After 2 consecutive weeks of narrow 19-17 KC wins, I think the Chiefs improve their margin of victory against Cleveland. Jordan Foote, there's no denying that the Chiefs are a better team than the Browns by quite a bit entering this weekend. With that said, the reigning Super Bowl champs haven't seemed to play up to their ceiling for over a month now. How much longer can Kansas City come away with narrow victories? Luckily for them, I'm not convinced we'll have to find out this week. While Patrick Mahomes will surely be under pressure this weekend, he should be able to extend some plays and even convert some chunks down the field. Steve Spagnuolo's defense, which ranks 28th in turnovers, gets at least 1 on Sunday in Ohio. Zach Eisen, this is the first game in the condensed stretch of games for the Chiefs. They travel to Cleveland to play the frisky Browns. Their record is poor, but the team's volatility means that Kansas City doesn't know what to expect. However, the Chiefs can expect Myles Garrett to come off the edge. Kansas City has struggled to keep Patrick. Over the years, Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce have constructed resumes as two of the best to play their respective positions. Not only that, but the Kansas City Chiefs superstars will also go down in history as one of football's best all-time duos. While that connection isn't quite as potent in 2024 as it has been in recent years, the two managed to create some magic late in Sunday night's win over the Los Angeles Chargers. With the offense driving down the field, Mahomes convinced head coach Andy Reid to opt for a passing play on a critical 3rd and 7. The rest is history, as Mahomes found Kelce on a 3rd down for the first time all night and kicker Matthew Wright hit a field goal as time expired. Following win number 12 on the year for the Chiefs, Mahomes gave Kelce his flowers for helping him so much and continuing to lead by example in his age 35 campaign. "He means the world to me, man," Mahomes said. "I mean, without getting emotional. He's a guy who has really kind of made me who I am in my career, and he's a true leader on the football field. Everybody says security blanket, but someone that I can go to at any moment and he's going to make a big play happen. As he's gone throughout his career, he's never dropped off as far as his work ethic and the way he leads, and I think that's super important when you have a guy that's going to have a gold jacket and he's the hardest working dude on the team." Ironically, Kelce didn't execute that 3rd down conversion like he probably should have. Reid said after the game that the play was drawn up differently, and Mahomes confirmed that the future Hall of Fame tight end was supposed to run more of a corner route. In classic Kelce fashion, though, he freelanced and Mahomes adjusted accordingly. It's a rinse and repeat cycle that's taken place seemingly countless times since Mahomes took over as the Chiefs starter in 2018. Mahomes, too, deserves credit for extending the play and making something out of nothing. He doesn't take the chemistry he has with Kelce for granted, nor does he downplay how well both of them prepare for these moments. Mahomes believes Kelce makes him better in every aspect of the game. "I think just both," Mahomes said. "Just in terms as a player, obviously, he's someone that plays in the same wavelength that I do, and it's hard to do that. I think you see it takes guys time because it seems like from the first day. I've kind of been on that same page with Trav. Then, seeing him work every day, everybody sees the personality on the TV and stuff like that, but you don't see that everyday work ethic that he has. I mean, he's the guy that gets mad when they take him out of practice reps. That's just the type of work ethic he has. Even for me, to come into the league and have a superstar player and see him work like that, it kind of showed me that I'm going to have to put that work ethic in if I want to get to that level." This was a much-needed reminder from two of the NFL's best. It's been a down year from a statistical standpoint for Mahomes, who is averaging a career-low yards per game mark and has only 20 passing touchdowns in 13 games. Kelce's volume numbers are back up after a slow start to the season, but he's lost a step athletically and is pacing for fewer yards and touchdowns than last year when he snapped his 1,000-yard receiving streak. Neither player is setting the stat sheet on fire, yet both of them are still dangerous. That's especially true in the most demanding of situations, as evidenced by Week 14. As a result, Mahomes is glad to still have a generational talent like Kelce on the field. There's a little secret about the expansion-era Browns. It often gets covered up by seasons like the current one, where Murphy's Law has indicated if it can go wrong, it will for them, put Cleveland on the field with a team coming off a Super Bowl win. And you know what? They're not too bad. In fact, they've been downright respectable. The Browns have played 14 teams this season after they won the Super Bowl since 1999, including one matchup in the playoffs. Cleveland has gone 6-8 in those games, including 3-1 against the Baltimore Ravens but 1-3 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Sunday will be the second time they've played the Kansas City Chiefs, 12-1, while they were the ones still sporting the crown. Unfortunately for the Browns, 3-10.